Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the ending and post-credits scene of Transformers 1, the highly anticipated animated film that explores the origins of Optimus Prime, Megatron, and the Transformers universe.
Hey, watch where you're going! What did you say?
If you've been following the Transformers movies for years, this film shakes up the lore in a big way, setting up a brand new future for the franchise. Let's break down the ending of Transformers 1, explain what happens in those key post-credits scenes, and discuss what it all means for the future of Cybertron and the Autobots versus Decepticons war. At the heart of Transformers 1 is the story of two friends, Orion Pax and D16, who embark on a journey that ultimately leads to their transformation into the iconic leaders we know, Optimus Prime and Megatron. The movie shows how these best friends end up on opposite sides of a war for Cybertron, and by the end of the movie, their friendship has officially crumbled. Orion Pax and D16's relationship takes a dark turn when they uncover the truth about Sentinel Prime, the current ruler of Cybertron. It turns out that Sentinel has been working with the Quintessence, an alien race, to maintain control over Cybertron by manipulating the planet's energy resources.
We can be so much more.
While both Orion and D16 are disgusted by this betrayal, they have very different ideas on how to handle it. Orion wants to expose Sentinel's corruption and bring him to justice peacefully, while D16 is driven by rage and wants to kill him.
You need to move out of my way before I move you myself.
This ideological divide leads to the final showdown in Icon City, where Orion Pax and D16 return to confront Sentinel Prime. After exposing his secrets, the people of Cybertron turn on Sentinel, but D16's fury gets the best of him and he attempts to kill Sentinel himself. Orion intervenes, but in the chaos, D16 accidentally shoots his friend, sending Orion falling into the core of Cybertron. In a dramatic turn of events, Orion is saved by Primus, the creator of the Transformers, who imbues him with the power of the Matrix of Leadership. This transformation gives Orion Pax the strength and wisdom needed to become Optimus Prime, the true leader Cybertron needs.
Together, as one.
Meanwhile, D16, now consumed by power and hate, rebrands himself as Megatron after killing Sentinel Prime and taking the symbol of Megatron as Prime. As Optimus Prime emerges from the core of Cybertron, it leads to a massive battle between him and Megatron. Optimus fights for peace and justice, while Megatron is determined to seize power and usher in a new era of tyranny. Ultimately, Optimus defeats Megatron and becomes the leader of Cybertron, declaring a new age for the planet. But Megatron's parting words, "This isn't over, Prime," leave no doubt that the war has only just begun. With Sentinel Prime's reign over, Optimus Prime takes charge of Cybertron, immediately restoring order and setting a new path for the planet's future. One of his first acts as leader is to restore Energon to the people, allowing it to flow freely once again. This eliminates the need for dangerous mining operations that were common under Sentinel's rule, and Optimus also ensures that every Transformer receives a transformation cog, which grants them the ability to transform into vehicles and other forms. This is the moment when the Autobots are officially born, as Cybertronians are now free and autonomous under Optimus's leadership. Key characters like Elita and B-127, also known as Bumblebee, are given important roles in this new era. Elita is promoted to commander, while Bumblebee remains at Optimus's side as his loyal ally, ready to support him in the battles to come. Although Optimus defeats Megatron, he chooses to show mercy by not killing him. Instead, Megatron is banished from Icon City along with the remnants of the High Guard, which includes notable Decepticons like Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave. Optimus hopes that this exile will give Megatron time to reflect on his actions, but it's clear that Megatron's desire for power won't be quenched so easily. As Megatron leaves, he vows revenge, and it's this act of banishment that marks the official birth of the Decepticons. No longer willing to be deceived, Megatron embraces the symbol of Megatronus Prime and uses it as the logo for his new faction. The Decepticons are now established, and they represent a dangerous new threat to Optimus Prime's rule. While much of the focus in Transformers 1 is on the internal conflict between the Autobots and Decepticons, the Quintessons play a significant role behind the scenes. These alien overlords had an agreement with Sentinel Prime, providing him with Energon in exchange for his loyalty. Now that Sentinel is dead and the Energon supply has stopped, the future of the Quintessons is left hanging in the balance. Optimus Prime sends a warning to the Quintessons not to return to Cybertron, but it's unclear if they'll heed his words. Given the role they play in the broader Transformers lore, it's likely that the Quintessons will return in a future installment, possibly as a major external threat that could unite the Autobots and Decepticons against a common enemy. Now, let's talk about the post-credits scene, which sets up the future of the Transformers franchise. In the mid-credits scene, we get a lighthearted moment with B-127, Bumblebee, returning to Sublevel 50, where he first met Orion Pax and D-16. He's excited to show his friends, a group of makeshift robots, his new transformation abilities. However, things go wrong when his knife hands accidentally kill two of the robots. This scene is mostly comedic, but it also signals Bumblebee's transition out of the sublevels and into a more prominent role alongside Optimus Prime. The post-credits scene is where things get serious. We return to Megatron, now fully embracing his role as the leader of the Decepticons. He declares that Sentinel Prime's era is over and that the Decepticons will rise up and take control of Cybertron. The scene shows Megatron's army getting branded with the Decepticon logo, including Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave, three of the most iconic Decepticons in Transformers lore. This confirms that Megatron is building a powerful force to challenge Optimus Prime and the Autobots, setting the stage for a full-scale war in a potential sequel. The ending and post-credits scene of Transformers 1 lay the groundwork for an epic battle between the Autobots and Decepticons. Optimus Prime may have won the first round, but Megatron's new army is growing, and a Cybertronian civil war seems inevitable. If a sequel is made, it will likely explore this conflict in greater detail, showing the rise of the Decepticons as they wage war against Optimus and the Autobots. There's also the looming threat of the Quintessence, who could return to Cybertron with a vengeance, forcing Autobots and Decepticons to set aside their differences. Whether or not that happens, one thing is clear: Transformers 1 has set up a new era for the franchise, one filled with potential for massive battles, deeper character development, and a rich exploration of Transformers lore. Transformers 1 is not just a fresh take on the origin stories of Optimus Prime and Megatron, it's a bold new direction for the franchise. With the rise of the Autobots, the creation of the Decepticons, and the looming threats from external forces like the Quintessence, the future of Transformers looks brighter and more action-packed than ever. What do you think will happen next in the Transformers universe? Are you excited to see the Autobots and Decepticons go head-to-head? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the Transformers universe and all your favorite movies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.